Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Man. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. God. I don't know what that was. I don't... Oh, God. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm going to make it out alive. I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to anyone who's taking the time to watch my videos. I don't know if I'm making it out of this alive. I just want to let you know that I do appreciate it. I thank each and every one of you so much. Anybody who's ever stopped to watch, I appreciate it. Oh, I hope to make it out of here so I can keep making content. And hopefully, this will be something that I can make bigger and better. And we can welcome in more people to this community. And hopefully this is something we can build on. But I just want to thank everyone who's here and who's been here and who subscribed. Thank you all very much. Very, very much. This is just the beginning. I don't want to go so much farther if I make it out of here. But I just want to say thank you for everybody who's been with me this far. Thank you. All right, let's get into this. They're not taking me out that easy. Oh, Jesus. God, I've had a rough week. I'm still going to play some games, though, because nothing cools down a long week like video games. This one's called HotPot of Horrors. It's on itch.io. Let's get it started. How'd it go? 91%. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I didn't do it. That's amazing. I'm happy I could help. Me too. Let me know if you ever need help. I owe you one. Who is speaking? Actually, now I have a project I could use some help on if you have time. Yeah, dude. Yeah, of course. Which class, though? Because I don't know if I'll be useful. I'm fucking stupid. Same, honestly. You'll be useful for sure. Don't worry. Hey, you know. Hey, you don't know me. Can you come over for like 9 p.m. tonight? Isn't that kind of late? I was about to say, who the hell is leaving the house at 9 p.m.? I thought you said you wanted to help. I didn't. I didn't say that. I said I owe you one. I didn't say I wanted to help. If you were just saying that, then forget it. It's fine. All right, somebody's a little hostile real fast. No, I meant it. It's fine. I'll be there. Haha, she hearted it. That means you're going to die. I don't know what's going to happen. No. Shit. What, really? I got scared by fucking thunder. I got scared by the most Scooby-Doo scare of... What is happening? It's so nice. It's got the rain. I've got lemons. Look at this little face. All right. Hi. Thanks for coming over. Sorry if I was a bit vague. You were. Some people might be weirded out, but it's kind of a niche hobby. Oh, are you into human sacrifice? Basically, I'm really into like energy experiments. Oh, you cut off your power. Try to balance the light switch between the power and the not power. I believe that we can influence positive outcomes in our lives through intentionality and ritual. I mean, maybe. It's kind of silly, but it really empowers me. I have all the recipes written out. I just need some assistance. A sous chef. Well, lady, call me Gordon Ramsay, because I'm here to sous and chef. But hello, Wolfhead. What do you... Oh, I can just... What happened to it? Okay, whatever. Sage to heal existing wounds. Salt to protect me from danger soon. Pardon me? Danger soon? Never heard of her. Why danger soon? Okay. Where is this? Is this sage? Where is the sage? Where is the sage? Ah, this is sage. That's that, right? Yes. I didn't mean to add wolf head to that, so we'll see what it makes. Salt. Oh, the whole shaker's in that hoe. Okay. Is that... Did I do it? Oh, okay. I did it. Okay. What? Oh. Is it because I put the wolf head in there? Oh. Oh, no. Well, no. I took the wolf head out. It's fine. Not that recipe. We don't need the protection spell. It'll seal us off. From what? Phew. Okay. The hot pot wasn't plugged in. Let me fix that. Slow down a second. Let me get all the ingredients we'll need first. There's so many more ingredients here. I don't like where this is going. Sorry about that. We don't really need that spell. Spell? What you mean? We're just going to try and communicate with some lost friends of mine. Oh, no. She's a demon. Don't worry. Just follow my instructions. Can you check the recipe again? No. A single match, unlit and unused. Give me the... Okay, yay. A fruit from the season, bloodied but unbruised. This one? I don't know. It didn't look bloody to me. Perfect circle, broken and exposed. Oh, I see. We're just destroying your kitchenware. We'll boil these offerings and declare ourselves unclosed. I don't think I will. I don't think I'll do these things. Oh. Do you see that behind you? How it, oh! The wolf's eyeballs are staring at me. Close them. Oh God, I made it. Did her eyes just go black? What are you? What? What? What's happening? This is amazing. I've never gotten that reaction before. I knew you were the right person to ask. What? It's looking at me now. We need to fix it. Are you okay? Don't worry. I was the one that closed the window. I just noticed it was closed. You're good, right? Because I know exactly what to do next. I've read about this. Let's do the next one. Let's not. The face of a queen. Nope. Stay over there. This, I guess. Nope. Sorry. What do you mean oh. Nice. Nice. Big brain. Lungs of a body that's no longer green. Pardon? Pardon? What? Huh? Lungs of what body? What's no longer green? What are you talking about? What? What? I don't have any lungs in the kitchen cabinet, buddy. There are teeth on the table. What are you? Are you just berries? I'm confused. The meat that let us watch and see. I don't know what that means. What meat? Oh, eyeballs. Big brain. Lungs of a body that's no longer green. I don't see any lungs. Anyway. Is it you? Nope. Not you. What's supposed to be a gremlin or something? Okay. What? Oh, I messed it up and they just moved on. That's fine. Oh, it just got it. They were like, listen, we'll spell it out for you, idiot. Now we make it a potion. And probably like explode or something. I don't know. Oh, no. Whose handprints? Who the fuck? Oh, hello, bat. Oh. Who sewed your face closed? Oh, this is hello, milk. Those were my friends. I'm sure of it. They're trying to communicate with me. Tell them to page you or something. Like texts are fine. I dug out some more ingredients for this next recipe. It's a big one. Which ones do we need? With blood from a vampire hidden in plain sight. Is it the bat? Did it work? Oh, okay, got it. Teeth from a victim of a werewolf's bite. Bruh. Wing from a fairy, this ear from the Mary. I took his ear. Oh my God. Why am I doing these things? She's happy. Wait, this recipe actually requires a second step. No, I got this one. Allow me. With this lock of witch's hair. Huh? She a witch. See how she did that? She's a whole witch. Oh God. Take command of this no mortal alive instead. No, you can't have me. Oh my God. Oh, the house is burning down. Who was that? Why are you so scary? You know, I really did enjoy studying with you. I forgot I was supposed to. No. Too bad you never studied witchcraft, or maybe you know a protection spell to save yourself. Oh well, my sister needs a physical form, and you owe me a debt. Fair's fair. Oh no, buddy. Oh no, that's hemlock. Well, I don't want to hemlock it. I don't know how to. Am I just dead now? Oh, you got two sisters. Oh my God, stop. Who are you? Oh, my poor hands. Okay, that's nice. That's lovely. Okay, well that was bad. Can I not die? I didn't like that. I got turned into a witch's meat suit. I'm not happy with what just happened. Okay, I don't like that ending, so I'm gonna see if I can make it go better. Skip all this. Let's see if we can get a better ending. Because I didn't like that. I don't want to be a witch's meat suit. I don't care if it's your sister or not. I'm not down with that. I'm not down to be a meat suit. Okay, what is it? Sage and salt is what protects me. Okay, there we go. And salt. All right, let's skip through this. All right, now I'm boiling a broken plate for some reason. She's opening the door. Yippee. Does that behind you? No, not behind me. It's her. Yeah, her eyes go black. I thought so. Okay, cool. Time to go for this one. Face of a queen. Eyeballs. Dead leaf. And then boil, right? Yep. Share a tea. Yay. I love tea. Not really. You can keep that shit. Because it's not real good tea. It's demon tea. It's possession tea. I'll tell you what, guys, this is really boosting my spirits over here. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I was in a bad way. I think I finally got away from him for a little bit, though. Hopefully. I mean, at least long enough to play the game. This is kind of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a witch's meat suit, but like, after the week I've had, it might not be that bad. Kind of insane. All right, witch's hair. Ha, you're so funny. Where's the sage? Oh, wait, should I have? Oh, did I already use the sage all up? Oh, no. Is it too late? Am I just screwed? No, there it is. Nice, I've got sage. Come on, there we go. And salt, and then get fucked. You can't have me, stinky stupid. What? A protection spell? Suck my protective nuts. Ha ha. Ugh. Can't believe you remembered that. Yeah, I mean, it took me 2 times to remember it, but you know, great. My coven's already furious. I turned Riley and Corporal. We're supposed to be 13 witches, they said. It's auspicious. It's sacred. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. Whoops. What a waste of time. Well, actually, that was some pretty impressive magic back there. Any chance you want to join a coven? Hell yeah! Now I am the witch! I mean, it wasn't impressive. I literally threw 2 things in a pot and hit boil. It's harder than that to make hamburger helper. Anyway, okay. So, I'm going to... Listen, I've had a really long week, and I'm going to do something a little different just to unwind from it. We've got some spooky stories, and I'm going to read them out, and we should have fun with this, and hopefully there'll be some interesting keep you up all night stories. In late March, there had been a sleet storm throughout north central New Jersey. Her husband had died several days before. There was no connection, she knew. But since that time, she'd begun to notice at twilight a curious glistening in the air. Often she found herself in the doorway of her house or outside, not remembering how she'd got there. Dust rogues, everybody knows that. For long minutes she would stare as the colors faded and a glassy light emerged from the sky and from the Scotch pines surrounding the house. It did not seem to her a natural light, and in weak moments she thought, this is the crossing over time. She watched, not knowing what she might be seeing. She felt aroused, vigilant. She felt apprehension. She wondered if the strange glistening to the air had always been there, but in her previous protected life, she hadn't noticed it. This October evening, before the sun had entirely set, a pair of headlights turned into the driveway, some distance away by the road. She was startled into alertness, at first not sure where she was. Then she remembered. Anton Krupev was coming by to see her, dropping by to see her. Dropping by, he'd said. Or maybe she'd said, why don't you drop by? Darling, if you don't even know if you're inviting this dude into your house or if he invited himself, that's bad. You need to go to 6 doctors because they got to fix that. She couldn't make out his face. He was driving a pickup truck with white lettering on one side. He climbed down from the driver's seat in the high cab and lurched toward her on the shadowy path. A tall male scarecrow figure with a misshapen Halloween pumpkin for a head. Huh? You just chilling with scarecrow demons? You just chilling with Pumpkinhead scarecrows? That's not right. What a shock. Hadley backed away, not sure what she was seeing. Oh, okay, so he ain't your friend? A grinning Pumpkinhead on a man's shoulders, its leering cutout eyes not lit from within like a jack-o'-lantern, but dark, glassy. And the voice issuing through the grinning slash mouth in heavily accented English. Ma'am, is correct address. You are lady of the house. She laughed nervously. She supposed she was meant to laugh. With grating mock gravity, the voice persevered. You are resident here, ma'am. I am welcome here, yes? It was a joke. One of Anton Krupev's awkward jokes. Is it a joke? Or are we dead? Is he come here to take our kneecaps from us? Are we dead? I don't know. He succeeded in frightening Hadley, though probably that hadn't been his intention. Probably he just meant to make her laugh. It was embarrassing that she'd been genuinely frightened, for she had known perfectly well that Anton was coming, or did you? And who else but Anton Krupev would show up like this, with a Halloween pumpkin for a head? So is he like mind controlling her to like make her think whatever he wants? At the co-op, Anton was the most eager and courteous of workers. He was the one who joked with customers and laughed at his own jokes. He was boyish, vulnerable, and touching. His halting speech was itself a kind of laughter, not fully intelligible, yet contagious. For all his clumsiness, you could tell that he was an exceptionally intelligent man. Hadley could see that he'd gone to painstaking trouble carving the pumpkin head. It was large, bulbous, weirdly veined, and striated. Striated? I don't know. Twice the size of a normal man's head, with triangular eyes, a triangular nose, and a mouth studded with fang teeth. Somehow he'd managed to force the thing over his head. Hadley couldn't quite see how. How ingenious, Anton. Did you carve it yourself? Well, I don't think you know him. I feel as though something is wrong. Mainly because he's a pumpkin man. This was the sort of inane question you asked Anton Krupev, for you had to say something to alleviate the tension of the man's aggressive, doggy eagerness to please, to impress, to make you laugh. Hadley recalled the first time Anton had come by to see her, which had been the previous week, the strained and protracted conversation between them when, after Hadley had served him coffee and little sandwiches on multigrain bread. You got to break out something better than that for the guests. That's not even delicious. I mean, coffee is, but you know. Anton hadn't seemed to know how to depart. His lurching over her, his spasm of a handshake, and his clumsy wet kiss on her cheek, which had seemed to sting her and to thrill her like the brush of a bat's wings. Well, oh, you let him kiss you. Oh, nasty. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You think you will buy? That depends, Anton. How much? For you, ma'am. No charge. This forced joke, how long would it be, kept up. Hadley wondered in exasperation. In middle school, boys like Anton Krupev were snubbed. Haha, very funny. But once you were an adult, how could you discourage such humor without being rude? Hadley was 39. Anton couldn't have been more than 29. He'd been born in what was now called Bosnia and Herzegovina, had lost his parents and was brought to the United States by a surviving grandparent. He'd gone to American schools, including MIT, and yet in all those years had not become convincingly American. Trying too hard, Hadley thought, the sign of the foreign-born. Hey, man, it's okay for him to be there. You know what? I mean, he's a monster, but like aside from that, in a kind of anxious triumph, sensing his hostess' exasperation, yet determined not to acknowledge it, Anton swung the lurid Pumpkinhead down from his shoulders, holding it in his chafed-looking, big-knuckled hands. Now Hadley could see that the pumpkin was only 2/3 of a shell. It had been gutted and carved, and its back part cut away. The back of what would be, in a human, the cranium. So he's not human. So the uncanny Pumpkinhead was a kind of pumpkin mask set on Anton's shoulders and held in place by hand. Yet it was so lifelike as the scarecrow figure had lurched up the walk in her direction. The face had appeared alive. Is good, is surprise. Happy Halloweens is right. Was it Halloween? Hadley was sure it was not. October 31st wasn't for several more days. Is for you, Hadley, to sit here. He was red-faced now and smiling in a shyly aggressive manner. On his angular face and in the stiff, wiry hair that receded sharply from his forehead were bits of pumpkin flesh and seeds. Ugh, got that in your hair? At which Anton wiped surreptitiously the way a boy might wipe at his runny nose. Hadley thought, if he kisses me, he will smell of pumpkin. Ooh, nasty! Her husband had died and abandoned her. Now other men would drop by the house. What the shit are you doing, Hadley? You just got dudes coming up in here with pumpkin faces? They just be kissing on you? You don't even... What are you doing? Anton presented Hadley with the misshapen pumpkin. The damn thing must have weighed 15 pounds. It almost slipped from her hands. Hadley thought it would have served Anton Krupev right if she'd dropped the pumpkin and it had smashed on the brick. No doubt he'd have offered to clean it up. Anton, thank you. This is very... Their hands brushed together. Anton was standing close behind her. He was several inches taller than Hadley, though his posture was slouched, his back prematurely rounded. Perhaps there was something wrong with his spine, and he breathed quickly, audibly, as if he'd been running, or as if he'd been about to declare something and then thought better of it. Lanky Anton Krupev had appeared perhaps a year earlier at the Organic Food and Gardening Co-op, where Hadley had once shopped regularly, back when she'd prepared elaborate meals for herself and her husband, and now shopped only from time to time. He'd always been alert and attentive to Hadley. Since late March, she'd been in a trance of self-absorption that was like a narcotic to her. In fact, to get through the worst of her insomniac nights, Hadley had to take sleeping pills, which left her dazed and groggy throughout the day. And she'd scarcely been aware of Anton Krupev except as a helpful and persistent presence, a worker who had seemed always to be waiting on her. It was only recently that she had dared to be more direct, asking if he might come by her house after the co-op closed one evening to bring her several bags of peat moss that were too heavy and cumbersome for Hadley to remove from the trunk of her car by herself. He'd offered to spread the peat moss wherever she wanted it spread. So he's just creeping on your house. Well, that's unsettling. Hadley had hesitated before saying yes. It was true, she was attracted to Anton Krupev to a degree. He reminded her of the foreign boy classmates she'd known in middle school in North Philadelphia. Skinny, pasty-faced boys with round eyeglasses and tortured ways of speaking, as if their tongues were malformed. Hadley had been drawn to them, but she'd never befriended them. But now in weak moments, she was grateful for anyone who was kind to her. Since her husband's premature death, she'd felt eviscerated. There's not one person to whom you matter now. This is the crossing over. And a sort of, what is the crossing over? In a sort of hypnotic state, she found herself listening to a voice not her own yet, couched in the cadences of her own most intimate speech. The voice did not accuse her or pass judgment, and yet she knew herself judged, contemptible. Not one person. This is the crossing over. She had signed the paper for her husband's cremation. In her memory, distorted and blurred by tears, her own name had been printed on the contract. Beside her husband's name, she'd felt that, signing for him, she'd signed for herself as well. It was finished for her, the life of the emotions, the ability to feel. Now in her house, Hadley felt a frisson of power over her awkward visitor. She was certain that Anton hadn't known her husband and wasn't aware that she was recently widowed. Hadley still wore her engagement ring and wedding ring, of course. Her power, she thought, lay in her essential indifference to the man, to his very maleness, his sexuality as clumsy as an odd-sized package he was obliged to carry to proffer to strangers like her. What a weird way to phrase that. He had the malnourished look of someone who had been rebuffed many times yet remains determined. There are men of surpassing ugliness with whom women fall in love, but Anton Krupev was not one of them. His ugliness was not charismatic. His maleness was of another species altogether. Thinking of this, Hadley felt a swell of elation. If he kisses me tonight, he will smell of garbage. What is happening right now? Are you into the dude? Like, you've invited him to your house. Maybe he might have convinced you, but like, is he a pumpkin? I'm confused. Hadley was smiling. She saw how Anton stared at her as if her smile were for him. She thanked him for the pumpkin yet again. Her voice was warm, welcoming. What an original gift it was, and so cleverly carved. Anton's face glowed with pleasure. Wait, Hadley, there is more. Hadley, he called her. At the co-op, it was Miss Shell with an emphasis on the E. Hadley had no impulse to correct him. Anton seized Hadley's hand. Her fingers must have been icy, unresponsive, and pulled her with him out to the driveway. In the rear of the pickup was a large pot of what appeared to be cream-colored chrysanthemums, past their prime, and a long, narrow cardboard box of produce. Gnarly carrots with foot-long, untrimmed greens, misshapen peppers and pears, bruised Macintosh apples that the co-op couldn't sell, even at reduced prices, and a loaf of multigrain bread that Anton insisted had been baked only that morning, but hadn't sold, and so would be labeled day old the next morning. In this country, there's too much ignorant prejudice of day old. Everything has to be new, perfect shape. It's a mystery to me why 6 p.m. when the co-op closes, the bread is good to sell, but by tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. when the co-op opens, it is old. And the place where we come from, I didn't realize that was him speaking. The place where we come from, my family and neighbors, moral vehemence, whatever, thickened Anton's accent. His breath came ever more audible. He's very angry, which is fair. We waste a lot of food. Like, there's no need to waste all the food that we do. It should definitely be shared more amongst other people. Hadley would have liked to ask Anton more about his background. He'd lived through a nightmare, she knew. Ethnic cleansing, genocide. God almighty. This just got rough, fast. She felt uneasy in his presence. Very likely it had been a mistake to allow the eccentric young biologist to drop by her house a second time. She didn't want to mislead him. She was a widow who had caused her husband to be burnt to ashes and was unrepentant, unpunished. Since March, she had been declining invitations from friends who had known her and her husband for years. She felt impatient with their solicitude, their concern for her, which she did not deserve. I'm sorry, I don't want to go out. I'm very tired. I go to bed and I can't sleep, and at 1 a.m. I take a sleeping pill. At 4 a.m. I take another. Forget me. I am something that is finished. Jesus. Well, that's freaking rough. I feel like when your husband or wife passes away, I'm sure it's heartbreaking. I can't even imagine. But I feel like you have to continue living on. Like, I feel like that's the whole point of life. You'll be with them again soon enough, but right now, you live life. She was impressed by her visitor's energy. It brimmed and thrummed like a rising yeast. She would have supposed that after a day presumably spent at the lab and several hours at the co-op, Anton would be dazed with exhaustion. Yet there he was, tireless in his inspection of the exterior of Hadley's house, checking windows and locks, dragging aside broken limbs and storm debris. You'd have thought that Anton Krupev was an old friend of the family, for whom the discovery that one of the floodlights on Hadley's garage had burned out was something of a coup, inciting him to immediate action. You have a bulb to replace, yes? And a ladder with steps? Step ladder? I will put it in now, before it is dark. So adamant that Hadley had no choice but to give in, and no choice but to invite Anton Krupev inside for just a while. Politely and with regret, she explained that she had a dinner engagement later that evening, but would he like to come inside for a drink? Hadley, yes, thank you. I would like, yes, so much. Stammering with gratitude, Anton scraped his hiking boots against the welcome mat. The soles were muddy and stuck with leaves, though Hadley insisted that it wasn't necessary. Anton removed the boots with a grunt and carefully placed them on the front step side by side. What large boots they were, like horses' hooves. The sodden shoelaces trailed off left, right, in perfect symmetry. So this is a big old dude, apparently. Inside, most of the downstairs rooms were dark. Now that it was late October, night came quickly. Pleasantly excited, a little nervous, Hadley went about switching on lights. There was a curious intimacy between her and Anton Krupev in this matter of switching on lights. Hadley heard her voice warmly uplifted, no idea what she was saying, as her tall guest came to stand in his gray wool socks at the threshold of the living room, which he hadn't seen previously. He stared into the long, beautifully furnished room with a shoulder-high stone fireplace at its far end, book-filled shelves, Chinese carpets on a gleaming hardwood floor. Above the fireplace hung an impressionist Wolf-Kahn landscape of gorgeous pastel colors. I don't even know what all those words mean when put together, let alone separate. Excitedly, Anton Krupev asked if the painting was by that dude. That dude? Hardly, Hadley laughed. The question was so naive, except for the surreal pastel colors and a high degree of abstraction in the rendering of massed tree trunks and foliage. There was little in the canvas to suggest the earlier master. Hadley poured herself half a glass of wine. Her hand shook just slightly. She thought, if I don't offer him a second glass, if I don't ask him to stay. Oh, she's just making sure she doesn't invite him to stay any longer. Since there was an opened jar of Brazil nuts on the sideboard, Hadley offered these to Anton too, a cascade of nuts in a blue ceramic bowl. Gratefully, Anton drank and Anton ate, thirstily, hungrily. He drifted about Hadley's living room, peering at her bookshelves. Excitedly, he talked. He had so much to say. He reminded Hadley of Chattering Bird, a large, endearing, gawky bird like an ostrich, long-legged, long-necked, with a beaky face, quick darting, inquisitive eyes. His upper body, now that he'd removed his nylon parka, was bony, concave. Hadley imagined that he would be waxy pale beneath his shirt, a hairless chest, a little pot belly, and spindly legs. Damn, why are you just roasting the shit out of this dude? For no reason. He's being nice. I mean, he's probably going to kill you by the end of this, but like, you know. Hadley laughed. Already, she'd almost finished her wine. Okay, alcoholic. A warm sensation suffused her throat and spread to the region of her heart. Politely, she tried to listen, to concentrate, as her eccentric guest babbled rapidly and nervously with an air of schoolboy enthusiasm. How annoying Anton was. Like many shy people, once he began talking, he seemed not to know how to stop. He lacked the social sleight of hand to change the subject, and he had no idea how to engage another person. Like a runaway vehicle, he plunged on, heedless. And yet there was something undeniably attractive about him. What? You've been roasting the shit out of this dude for an hour. You just spindly legs, concave chest, built like a bird bitch boy. But he's hot, though. What? He was becoming more incensed now, impassioned, though he seemed to be joking too. Speaking of American politics, American pop culture, and American fundamentalist ignorance about stem cell research, and how ignorant more than 90% of Americans believed in God and in the devil. Hadley frowned at this. 90%? Was that so? It didn't seem plausible that as many people who would believe in the devil as believed in God. Yes, to believe in the Christian God is to believe in his enemy, the devil. That is known. Anton drank his glass of wine and then helped himself to a second glass, scooping up another handful of the Brazil nuts. Hadley wondered if he meant to be rude or if he simply didn't know any better. I really can't think, she persisted, that as many people believe in the devil as believe in God. I'm sure that isn't so. We are a tolerant nation. If you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil as far as Christianity goes. It goes on both hands. Like, to believe in one is to believe in the other, because if you believe in a heaven, you have to believe in a hell. Otherwise, the whole point of sin is just thrown out the window. How smug this sounded. Hadley paused, not knowing what she meant to say. The dark wine had gone quickly to her head. I kind of forgot this dude walked in with a pumpkin on his head. Now he's like, American capitalism, ah! With a snort of derision, Anton said, a tolerant nation, is it? Such tolerance as swallows up everything, and what it cannot, it makes of an enemy. Enemy? What do you mean? It makes of war. First is declared the enemy, then the war. Anton laughed, baring his teeth. Chunky yellow teeth they were, and the gums pale pink. Seeing how Hadley stared at him, he said in a voice heavy with sarcasm, first there is the tolerant, the preempt strike. Hadley's face filled with the heat of indignation. This was insulting, deliberately so. Anton Krupev, who lived in the United States for years, knew very well the history of the Iraq War, how Americans had been misled, deceived by the Republican leadership. Of course he knew. She opened up her mouth to protest, then thought better of it. Surreptitiously, she glanced at her wristwatch. Only 6:48? Her guest had been inside the house for less than half an hour, but the strain of his visit was such that it seemed much longer. Still, Anton was prowling about, snooping. Artifacts from trips that Hadley and her husband had taken over the years. Indonesian pottery, Chinese wall scrolls and watercolors, beautifully carved wooden figures from Bali, a wall of brightly colored primitive paintings from Mexico, Costa Rica, Guatemala. Anton seemed particularly interested in the books on Hadley's shelves, as if the hundreds of titles acquired years earlier by Hadley's husband, who'd earned both a PhD in European history and a law degree from Columbia University, possessed an immediate significance and were not simply relics of a lost and irretrievable private past. Wow, your husband was smart as can be. A big brain on whatever your dead husband's name is. You have read all these, Hadley, yes? Hadley laughed, embarrassed. No, she had not. Then someone else. All of these? Hadley laughed again, uncertain. In his soiled wool socks, Anton seemed more childlike than aggressive. Hadley supposed that his own living quarters and university-owned housing were minimal, cramped somewhere in the row of subsidized apartments along the river. Ah, this is Solar Room? He had wandered into the glass-walled room at the rear of the stone house, which had been added by Hadley and her husband. The solarium, intended to be sun-warmed, was furnished with white wicker furniture, chintz pillows, and white wrought iron tables and chairs, like an outdoor porch. I don't know what a chintz pillow is. But now the room was dark and shadowed, and the bright, festive colors were almost invisible. Through the vertical glass panels shone a faint crescent moon, entangled in the tops of the tall pines. Such a beautiful house. It is old, is it? So big for one person. You are so very lucky, Hadley. You know this, yes? Lucky, Hadley smiled, confused. She tried to see this. Yes, I think so. I mean, yes. So many houses in this village, as it is called. They are so big for so few people. On each acre of land, it may be one person. The demographics would show, yes? He asked Hadley how long she'd lived in the house, and when she told him that she and her husband had moved there in 1988, he maintained his pain-fixed smile and did not ask about her husband. He must know then, she thought. Someone at the co-op has told him. Bluntly, Anton said, yes, it is luck. America is the land of opportunity. All that is deserved is not always granted. But it wasn't luck. My husband worked. What we have, he earned. And you, Hadley, you have earned also? I don't take anything for granted. Not any longer. He would misunderstand. He is such a fool. He would misinterpret. But if I wanted a lover for whom I felt no love. Lady, you've got to pick a lane and stay in it. Are you what? You can't, are you roasting him? Are we cooking this dude or are we something else with this dude? You know what I mean? Are we cooking supper or breakfast? That's what I'm asking. As if Anton had heard these words, his mood suddenly changed. His smile became startled, less strained. He asked Hadley if there were any more repairs for Mr. Fix-It, and Hadley said quickly, no more. Your basement furnace that I could check? I am trained. You smile, Hadley, but it is so, to support myself in school. Hadley was sure that she wasn't smiling. More firmly, she thanked Anton and told him she had to leave soon. I'm meeting friends for dinner in town. This was clearly a lie. Hadley could lie only flatly, brazenly. Anton took a step closer. I would come back another day if needed. I would be happy to do this, Hadley. You know this. I am your friend, Anton, yes? No, I mean, yes. Some other time, maybe. Getting very creepy that he's doing. It's very unsettling. It was then that Anton began to confide in Hadley in a lowered and agitated voice. The head of his laboratory at the Institute had cheated him. He'd taken the discoveries of Anton Krupev to claim for his own. He'd published a paper in which Anton was cited merely in a list of graduate assistants, and now that Anton had protested, he was exiling Anton from the lab. He'd refused to speak to Anton at the Institute and had banished him, and so Anton had gone to the university president. He had demanded to be allowed to speak to him, but of course he'd been turned away. Anton had returned the next morning when he was again told no. He demanded to speak with the provost and the university attorney. What is happening right now? Why are we learning about all this? But they were all in conspiracy together with this head of the Institute and the head of Anton's laboratory. He knew this. He was not such a fool not to know this. Anton had become excited and someone had called security. Oh shit. The campus police had arrived and led him away, protesting. They had threatened to turn him over to the town police, who would arrest him for trespassing and threatening bodily harm. Anton had been terrified. He would be deported by Homeland Security. He did not yet have his American citizenship. You are smiling, Hadley. What is the joke? I feel like that's really, that's wild how that works. For somebody to be here and then like they can't get into any sort of anything. I mean, you shouldn't be trying to get into fights anyway, just because you'll go to jail. And also because you just don't need to be fighting for no reason. I mean, if there's a good enough reason, then, but like most of the time it's not worth the fight. You are smiling, Hadley. What is the joke? Smiling during this long, breathless, disjointed speech? Hadley had been staring at Anton Krupev in astonishment. It is amusing to you, yes, that after all my work, my effort, I am most hardworking in the lab. Our supervisor exploits my good nature. He was always saying Anton is the stoic among us. What this means, this flattery of Americans, is that you can be used. To be used, that is our purpose to the Institute. But you must not indicate that you are in the know. Anton spoke like someone whose grievances were so far in excess of his ability to express them that he might have been the bearer of an ancient tribal burden. And now, after 3 years, when my findings are cheated from me, I am of no more use. It is time to toss away to the dumpster. That is a good word. Good joke, eh? Dumpster. Very good American joke. The Institute is saying my contract will not be renewed, for the federal grant is ended, and my supervisor has not ever got around to aiding me with my citizenship application. Years it has been. Of course, I have been dilatory myself. I have been working so hard in the lab. Yesterday morning it was. The decision came to me by email. You must not smile, Hadley. That is very selfish. That is very selfish and very cruel. Oh shit. He's pissed. Mad at somebody else and he's about to rip your head off. The indignant man loomed over Hadley, his angular face hardened with strain. His jaw was clenched. A sweaty, garbagey smell wafted from his heated body. Ugh! Somebody come in my house smelling like garbage. They got to leave. That's nasty. Take a shower. Behind the smudged lenses, his eyes were deep-socketed, wary. Hadley said nervously, maybe you should leave, Anton. I'm expecting friends. I mean, they're stopping by to take me with them to dinner in town. Hadley didn't want her agitated visitor to sense how frightened she was of him. Her mistake was in turning away to lead him to the door, insulting him. He looped an arm. Oh, shit. He looped an arm around her neck, and in an instant they were struggling off balance. He grabbed at her and kissed her. Dude, you got to get the... Oh, no, you got to get shot, buddy. Ugh. kissed and bit at her lips like a suddenly ravenous rodent. Both their wine glasses went flying, clattering to the floor. Grab the pieces and stab him. She was trying to draw a breath to scream, but he'd pushed her down. Ugh! Cut him! Stab him! She thought he was trying to strangle her, but then it seemed that he was still kissing her, or trying to. Panicked, she jammed her elbows into his chest, his ribs, his mouth closed over hers, and she thought that he would bite off her lip. God, ugh! With a kind of manic elation, he was murmuring what sounded like, "You like me, you want this." Grunting with effort, he straddled her, his face flushed with emotion. Their struggle had become purely physical and urgent, enacted now in near silence except for their panting. Hadley had no idea what she was doing, moving her head from side to side, trying to avoid the man's mouth. You nasty as hell. His sharp yellow teeth, the smell of his breath, and a paroxysm of desperation, Hadley managed to squirm out from beneath him like an animal crawling on hands and knees, and in that instant she almost believed that she might escape Anton Krupev. But he only had to lunge after her, seize her ankle in his strong fingers, laughing, climbing over her, straddling her again, more forcibly this time, closing his fingers around her neck. Oh, shit. He's going to kill her. In a choked voice, Anton was saying, "You want me here. You asked for this. You have no right to laugh at me, you and your trustee husband." Hadley had no idea what Anton was saying. Trustee. Her husband had served on an advisory board for the history department. He had had no association with Molecular Biology Institute. What is happening? She could not have explained this. She had not the strength or the breath, yet she had time to think almost calmly. This can't be happening. This is wrong. She seemed to see herself in that instant with a strange stillness and attachment, as she had during her marriage when she was making love with her husband. Her mind had slipped free of all that was physical, visceral, and immediate, was at a little distance. Though now, tasting the wine on Anton's tongue, the sour, feral wine taste of a man's mouth. Ugh! That's disgusting. Hadley knew that she was loathed by the man. His hatred was pure and fiery as she begged him, "Please don't hurt me, Anton. I want to be your friend, Anton. I will help you." It wasn't wine she was tasting, but blood from her upper lip. He disengaged from her roughly and got to his feet. Looming over her, his shirt loosed, splattered with blood. In a voice of anguish, rage, incoherence, he uttered something she did not understand, then staggered away to the front door. Then, to her astonishment, he was gone. What a fucking freak. She lay very still, her heart pounding, her body bathed in sweat and the smell of him, her brain blank, oblivious of her surroundings. After several minutes, it may have been as many as 10 or 15, she understood that she was alone. It had not quite happened to her the way she'd believed it would happen, the crossing over. She managed to Did he kill her? She managed to stand. She was dazed, sobbing. She leaned against a chair in the hall, touching the walls, then stumbled to the open doorway and stood, staring outside. The front walk was dimly illuminated by the moon overhead. There was a meager light, I don't know what that is. A near to fading light. Oh, a near to fading light, apparently. She saw that the Pumpkinhead had fallen from the step, or had been kicked. It lay shattered on its side. She could see that the innards had been scooped out, but negligently so that seeds remained, bits of pumpkin gristle. She stepped outside. She wiped at her mouth, which was still bleeding. She would run back into the house and dial 911. She would report an assault. She would summon help, for she required help badly. She knew that Anton Krupev would return. Certainly he would return. On the front walk, she stood gazing toward the road. What she could see of the road in the darkness, there were headlights there, an unmoving vehicle. It was very dark. A winter dark had come upon them. She called out, "Hello, hello, who is it?" Headlights on the roadway where his vehicle was parked. What the fuck was that? A little confused on that at first, but apparently it's supposed to be about grief and about mourning and the fact that her husband was gone and his head looked like a pumpkin. That reminded her of him. So basically she got drunk and the grief overtook her and she imagined all of that was happening. Or some theorized that it was a ghost that came back to haunt her. I don't think that's true because why would her husband haunt her? apparently it's just a matter of like grief overcoming her and her having to deal with that in her own way. And it wound up her getting drunk and handling all that. And yeah, it wound up being just manifested in some horrible way that kind of felt like it was choking the life out of her and felt oppressive, but it's actually just her dealing with her grief. No, not again. Shit, I'll be right back. Oh. Guys, I'm back. They caught up with me again. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, my face hurts. My body hurts. You know what? I think I'm good for a while. Let's play some games. This one's called Ghost House. You find yourself outside a house on Halloween night. Press 0 to continue. What is that? O, enter. What is that? I'm hitting both of those things, and neither one is working. Z? Is it Z? A mysterious force prevents you from leaving. Oh, no. Okay, it's Z. That's so weird. Why would it be Z ever? It's so strange. Anyway, go inside the house. It's a pretty house. I don't know what to tell you. It's a pretty house. What a very old house. I wonder if anyone still lives here. Hey, yo! Who's in the house? No one answered me. Say, hey, I already said hello. Hello, ghosty. Oh my, it seems there are ghosts in this house. That was one ghost. That's not multiple ghosts, you dumbass. Go through the left door. Go up the stairs, dude. Follow the ghosty. I want to say hi to the ghosty. Left door because it's open. But why would a ghost need to open a door? Check under the pillow. Say, are any ghosts here? Nope. Sounds like this room does not contain any ghosts. Leave the bedroom. Middle door. Ooh, a bathroom. Look in the mirror. Looking good. Hell yeah, I am. Don't I look so pretty? No? All right, whatever. Leave the bathroom. Can I have a pee? I need to have a piss. The door handle breaks off. You put it in your pocket in case you need it later. Okay. All right, nothing upstairs. Left door. Behind the curtain. There's a spider behind the curtain. You pay no attention to it. All right, whatever. Piano. Ghosty! A ghost came out. It must have enjoyed the music, or it hated it so much it had to leave. That's not a. Hopefully, it's not that one because I thought it was delightful, but you never know. Right door it is, apparently. My very last option. Pick up the bowl of fruit. You put the bowl of fruit in your pocket. How do you fit a whole ass bowl and fruit in your pocket? You got, women could never. Blow out the candle. I'm not going to blow out that candle because that releases the spirits. Put the handle on the door, open the door on the right, and go back to the dining room. But the handle fits perfectly. Fuck yeah. I'm the best. Open the door on the right. Open, says me. Door still won't open. Maybe you need to explore the house a bit more. Whatever, dude. Blow out the candle, I guess. Oh, it's dark. Is it a ghosty? Hello, ghosty. The ghost ran away. Perhaps it is afraid of the dark. Maybe it is. Poor little ghosty's afraid of the dark. Can't go in there yet. Whatever. I feel like I'm out of options, right? Piano room, dining room, up the stairs. Bedroom. Oh, yeah, there's things to do in the bedroom. Check under the pillows. There's a tooth under one of the pillows. You'd better leave it there. It's for the tooth fairy, baby. Gotta get them dollar bills. You gotta have money. I mean, what else am I gonna get this bubble gum with? Yeah. Yes, sir. Why that ghost got a hat? Oops, there was a ghost after all, and it did not seem to enjoy all the noise. Well, sucks to suck. Should have made yourself known. Bedroom, down the stairs, to the dining room, to the kitchen. To the kitchen, now, through the door. I feel like I've done all the things. Whatever. Let's see if there are other options. Up the stairs. Oh, shit. I've already done this. Oh, put bowl of fruit on toilet. Sure. That Pac-Man ass ghost just came out and ate all my Macintoshes. Ghost fact, some ghosts like to eat oranges in the shower. Oh, those were oranges. Never mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Leave the bathroom. Bedroom. I've already done that. And then the right door doesn't open, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so everything's done up here. Piano room. Check behind the curtain. Spider, leave it alone. Piano. Great playing. I can tell you've been practicing. Thanks. Thanks. I try really hard. No, I don't want to go upstairs. I've already been upstairs. Shit. Dining room. Go to the kitchen. Door on the right. Oh, the door opens. Behind it are some stairs, which lead you down into a basement. Oh, no. But, yo! I am here. Let's play some fucking foosball. We made you cookies. Cookies! Cookies! I love cookies. I love cookies. Do a dance. Do a dance. Do a dance. Do a dance. Do it. I'm sorry. Sweet moves. Oh, thank you, Ghosty. And now I'll have a cookie. You try to share with the ghosts, but they can't eat any because they are ghosts. Therefore, you eat all of the cookies. Hell yeah! I love cookies so much. Well, that's the end of the game. That was fucking awesome. That's the sweetest fucking game I've played ever. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween! Feel free to hang out. Yeah. Yes, sir. As long as you won't. Oh, shit. Oh. Hell yeah. That was fucking awesome. Oh, dude, I've had a really shit week. That was so fun. I loved that. All right. So we have another story. First one was pretty long, and it kind of got into that story, and it was more of a emotional, more kind of psychological thing. I'm going to get in and play this game, read this story. I'm going to get in and read this story because these are just for the spooky fun times. The Peace and Plenty Inn was once a tavern and stagecoach stop before the Revolutionary War. Centuries passed and it was converted into a private residence. The sprawling red clapboard home had welcomed many families in its almost 400 years until one night just before Halloween. 400 years is such a long time, and it's weird too because America is like around 400 years old, and that seemed like a really long time ago, but in reality, as far as countries go, it's a baby. Other countries are so... Scotland is old as shit. Scotland's so old, as are a lot of European countries. The Armstrong family now owned the home. That night, the Armstrongs went out to dinner. The babysitter, Anne, got the girls ready for bed. By 9 o'clock, all three girls were tucked in safely, and Anne settled in front of the television to watch a movie. Watch Shrek. Shrek. Can we watch? No? Oh, no. Okay. About 15 minutes later, Anne suddenly felt chilled to the bone. She got up to check the thermostat, but the room temperature was set at 70 degrees, and she could hear the oil burner chugging along in the basement. Oh, so warm and toasty. That's strange, she thought. It's freezing in here. She found an Afghan on the back of the couch and settled back to watch television. But a few minutes later, she heard footsteps on the stairs leading from the kitchen to the second floor. Katie, Elizabeth, Laurel? She called out the three children's names. The footsteps seemed to come closer. Are you girls playing a trick on me? Abruptly, the light on the end table flickered, flared, and went out. Anne checked the hallway and kitchen for the prankster girls, but no one was there. Darling niece, it's ghosties! She shivered. It was even colder in the kitchen. She shook her head and went upstairs and found the 3 girls sound asleep. Feeling confused, she convinced herself that it was her imagination and returned to the living room. That's funny, she said as she looked at the television. I thought I left it on channel 2. It's on channel 4 now. Hey, dementia's a bitch. No, but for real, that's super sad. But like, hey, dementia's a bitch. Just for the jokies. These were the days before remote controls, so she walked over to the television and put it back on channel 2. She sat back in the chair. Suddenly, the knob began to turn on its own. Switching to channel 4, 7, and then static. Honestly, if I'm in a house and the TV starts changing on its own, as I said that my TV changed because it's got like a fucking themed background that keeps like moving or whatever. It's like keeps switching for Halloween. But if my TV starts changing channels without me touching it, I'm freaking out. I'm moving. Like, that's insane. Just for your TV to start changing channels on its own, that's terrifying. I wouldn't even try to talk to a ghost. I'd just be like, all right, you can have the house. I don't want it no more. Oh, a voice whispers through the TV. Get out. Get out. With a shriek, Anne pulled the plug from the television. Miss Armstrong found Anne upstairs, curled in her Afghan, asleep at the foot of the girls' beds. Anne, are you all right? She asked. Take me home, Anne cried. This place is haunted. Boo. Let's get back to the games. That was a nice little fun story. Let's get back to the games. And we're back with the games. This one's called Skinwalker, and my, what large feet. Press A to begin. I shall. All you have to do is give me a prompt highlighted very brightly in yellow and orange, and I will do it. Ooh, Ma runs a small inn on the outskirts of our settlement. This is so creepy. We get a fair amount of interesting folk through these parts. Drifters, cattlemen, and the like. Oh, what is wrong with your face? Oh my God! You're not human! On occasion, much like tonight, we fill every spare room and even have to turn some folk away. You just letting strangers sleep up in your house? I think the fuck not. With us tonight, we're a feller by the name of Wilbur Morris. The lady, Thelma Ferguson. Oh shit! It's Grandpappy Pete! And local prospector Cornelius Roach. Also staying the night was a native tracker named Goyen, who refused to join us for supper. Ma told him we have no more guest rooms, but he said he didn't mind sitting up in the living room by the fire. As the evening wore on, the guests went to turn in until finally it was just me, Ma, and Goyen still awake. If I'm mispronouncing that name, I apologize. Oh, look at me. I'm the ugliest little fucker that ever existed. Can I move? Can I have to use the arrow keys? Look at this little run. Run! Run, child. Oh, what the fuck? Time for bed, boy. Be sure to check on Mr. Goyen before turning in. Let him know if he decides. Let him know if he decides he wants supper. He can grab it from the kettle. Thanks, Ma. Oh, Mr. Goyen. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. I probably am. Mr. Goyen, where's the fire? Mr. Goyen. Oh, this shit is... Hey, dude. Can I give you a back massage? No? All right, whatever. Mr. Goyen? Oh, shit. Is this comfortable enough? I could probably fetch a spare from the linen closet. The conditions are far more suitable here by the fire than out in the cold. However, it seems that the warmth of the flame draws in man and beast alike. Fuck you mean, Mr. Goyen? How do you mean? How do you mean? There's a legend known to my people. They speak of Ye Naldahushi, or to your people, the Skinwalker. I'm glad we can call it Skinwalker because I don't know what you said. It describes a man who takes the form of an animal to aid them in their wicked ways. I am in pursuit of such a man, and that pursuit has led me here tonight. The Skinwalker is a powerful mystic. I heard it has a ranch. I've seen its brutality. I've witnessed its ruthlessness, and it is these things I cannot bear to witness any longer. But I am at an impasse. I am certain the Skinwalker is among us. However, I'm not certain which among us is the Skinwalker. Am I about to pull up on some Agatha Christie shit? Am I about to crack the code like Sherlock Holmes? Do I get a fancy hat? How could you tell the difference between a normal person and a Skinwalker disguised as a normal person? You could not. This is what makes Yina Halaushi so dangerous. I apologize that I am badgering. I apologize that I am butchering the pronunciation of that. However, there are ways to determine one's true identity. What ways? In order to shapeshift, the Skinwalker requires certain ritualistic items. These items provide connection with the beast whose form they take. Their form determines the power they inherit. If I were to uncover who among us possess the sacred items, the Skinwalker would be known as well. If I do not, then the Skinwalker will elude me once more, and these lands will remain in danger. Also, he's killing everybody in the house. What can I do to help? What can I do to help? Oh my God, it's hard to tell who's who because you all look like demons. You all look like the scariest thing that's ever existed. Also, this is a nice house for 1837. It seems fortune shines on us. Quickly search his room while he is away. If you uncover any of the sacred items, we will know the Skinwalker's identity. Where's bro going out in the cold? If there is nothing, at least we will know who it is not. Make haste, young one, while I keep watch through the window here. If he returns, I will signal you like this. Hey, kid! He back! That's how he's going to signal me. Just screaming at the top of his lungs. He's going to remain incognito. Get out! Get out now! Okay, Wilbur Morris. Is it going to be down here? Oh, William. Okay, William Morris was the first guy, right? Yeah. So let me in. So let me in. What? What? Do I have to get a key or something? Ma's room. Oh wait, hold on. It said Ma's room. Fuck! Ah, come on! The key to the guest room is inside, but the door's locked. Okay. I was wondering, I was like, what is happening? Oh, what if it's Goyen, though? What if he's the Skinwalker? Oh, dear Jesus, it's cold! Oh, no! This boy's out here freezing his booty cheeks off. Buddy, you gotta run. You gotta go faster than that. Oh, wait, what if the Gongoozler's out here waiting for me? Buddy, I don't think it was that far along the way to climb into Ma's bedroom. Also, why would she lock the door? Don't you need to go to bed? Guest key obtained. Out the window I go. Close Mom's window back. Close the. I'm hitting the right arrow and it's taking me left. Oh, don't we need to close Mom's window so she doesn't get eaten? No, we're not doing that. What if it's Ma? What if it's me? What if I am the Skinwalker? What if I walk the skin? There we go. Let's break into this dude's room. I don't know what the ritualistic items are. No one told me. Bird feathers. Oh shit. Oh no. That's a big knife. Dude, it is a big knife. Oh God, 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 oh God. Get out, gotta 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 get out. What do I do? Can I close his room? Is it just gonna leave it open? Oh. Oh. What? 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 Huh? Stand back, young one. I have the Skinwalker cornered. What? Huh? Stay back, boy. Don't come any closer. Stay back, boy. Don't come any closer. Only a son should say who his real mother is. Make the call, young one, or I shall do it for you. What? Left. Oh my God. I didn't know you were going to go full freaking fireball Hadouken on his ass. What? Thank you for hospitality. This time I go. Did I get it right? What are you doing with? Why? There's a door right over there. Oh, I'm about to be eaten. You know the door was open, Chief. Break everything. Later. Yeah, what is this viewpoint? That's enough aside for one night. Off to sleep now. Yes, Ma. Ma? Could you close the window, please? Of course. Good night. You're the monster. I knew it! I knew it! Oh, I told you it was Ma. I told you the monster was Ma. This is really cool. I really like this backdrop here. That's really cool. That was cool. Spooky story time. Gloria and her friends, Sarah and Megan, enjoyed riding their horses through the woods next to the riding stables. One of the old timers at the stable warned them not to pass black woods at night on horseback. The haunted woods often spooked the horses, as well as the riders. One particularly beautiful afternoon, close to Halloween, spooky time, the girls rode out farther than they intended. Crisp leaves crunched under the horses' hooves, and the girls spent more time than usual exploring an unused trail. The sunset faded, and they suddenly realized they had to pass black woods in pitch darkness. The horses knew the path and picked their way carefully through the woodland trail. They came to a fork in the trail. If they took the shortcut, they would go past black woods toward the stables. The horses balked and refused to turn left onto the shortcut. Let's dismount and walk the last little bit. We're almost home, Gloria said. You go, Sarah shivered. I want to take the long way home and ride to the road. We're going to get in trouble if we walk on the horses on the road at night. It's too dangerous. Besides, we're almost at the stables. We just have to get through Blackwoods, Gloria persisted. Sarah and Meg had already turned their horses toward the road. We could get hit by a car being on the road in the dark, Gloria warned. Fine, Sarah fumed. I'll go by the forest. Gloria urged the horse forward. As they rounded the last turn into Blackwoods, an eerie glow suddenly lit the path in front of Gloria. She urged her trembling horse forward. As she turned towards the riding stable, the glow became stronger and centered on a huge lightning-struck oak tree. On the trunk of the tree, a woman's face appeared. She glowed with white light as her lips moved. Tell them, she whispered. Tell them I'm innocent. Gloria kicked her horse, but the horse needed no urging. He flew through the woods and stopped at the stable door, trembling in fear. The next day, one of the stable owners, Tommy, stopped by while Gloria groomed her horse. Tommy had heard that Gloria had ridden through Blackwoods after dark and so close to Halloween. As she groomed her horse, Gloria worked up her courage and asked, Tommy, why do people say we shouldn't go into Blackwoods at night? Because of the hanging tree? Oh, because of the hanging tree, Tommy said. The big oak. The big oak. It was a statement from Gloria, not a question. "The very one," said Tommy. The apparition's words echoed in Gloria's mind. "Tell them I'm innocent." She shivered. She never rode anywhere near Black Woods or the old hanging tree ever again. I love little spooky horror stories. It's just enough to kind of get your attention. Like, I think 2-sentence horror stories are pretty creepy, but those are more like impactful and just that like quick little succession right there. But that being said, I do like short little horror stories, just enough to get you a little bit creeped out, just enough to be like, oh, you know, make you think about ghosties and all the spookies and all the oh my God. Oh my God. Fuck. They're all here. I have to go. Oh, guys, it's not looking good. Oh. Oh. They got me pretty good. Oh, everybody came out at once. Oh, God. You know what? I'm not going to stop having fun. We're going to play some games and we're going to read some spooky stories because it's Halloween and that's what we do. Oh, the sound of it wakes you. Oh, they woke me up. That is for sure. Oh, no. I am. Yep. All right. The sound of it wakes you. What is it? This game's called The Relief of Impact anyway. You pry one eye open. I've only got the one eye, so that works out. And squint at the bright computer screen. Yeah. He's right. Oh, God. Okay. You must have forgotten to shut it down earlier. You resolve to ignore it by sleeping on your other side. As you stretch your legs with a yawn, you notice that Momo has abandoned his usual place at the foot of the bed. Oh, that cat. Mama's melancholy little yowler. Oh, what happened to the cat, man? But the noise fills your ears again. That can't be Momo. Maybe it's the computer speakers. Opt for earplugs. I'm putting in earplugs, dude. I don't hear nothing. 4:09? Jesus. You glare at the clock. Great. So glad I get to present a project in 4 hours. I'll actually die of a headache tomorrow if I get up right now. You swipe the foam earplugs from the nightstand, usually reserved for the nights your roommate participates in screaming matches over Skype. They compress with a twist of your fingers and fit comfortably in your ears. Now you'll sleep like a baby. Glad somebody's sleeping like a baby, which I guess after I collapse from my wounds, I'll sleep for a while. Momo returns to bed, warm and full of purrs. Moments later, the screen goes dark. Hey, problem solved. You close your eyes and try not to think about how tired you're going to be all day. Cuddle with your precious son. That's the kitty cat, I believe. You fall asleep for a bit. Then Momo goes into a frenzy, launches off your stomach with a hiss, and bolts out of the room. For a small cat, he exerts a surprising amount of force. A chill runs through you. The monitor flashes awake. What's waking up my monitor? You can't move. Oh no. That's terrifying to wake up and oh no, because the cat ran off too. Animals don't play that shit. It pins you by the throat. Each breath is a struggle. Stare into it. Oh no. We on some sleep paralysis now. Something lifts the pillow below you, forcing your upper half of your body upright. The ceiling fan chills the sweat on your skin. It speaks. What's it gonna say to me? What's happening? Oh God, that's horrible. Just the static everywhere. No words, but sounds. Electric in nature. Violence communicated in a flash. It wants to kill you. It wants to devour you. It lurches at your face and rips the pillow out from under your head, and you drop. But the bed doesn't break your fall. You keep falling. Anyone out there have sleep paralysis? Because I've never experienced that, and I really don't want to, because it seems terrifying just to be locked in spot. I mean, it seems scarier than the weekend I've had, honestly. It seems scarier than the week I've had, honestly, and that's saying something. A cannonball drops onto your stomach, forcing you into the nothingness. Your teeth creak as you grind them together. Every cell in your body vibrates with fear as you plummet. You brace yourself, but the relief of impact doesn't come. The force of falling is unbearable. Oh, that was so weird. I don't know if you're wearing headphones at home, but that's so creepy. Like echoed in my head. It laughs at you as you finally manage a whimper. You know you're going to die. God, is this really what it's like? Just so overbearing and just nothing you can do? It said the pressure is unbearable. It mimics you. A shiver animates your body as you watch this version of yourself crash to floor again and again. And it watches you with dull eyes. Its grin widening with every subsequent cycle. With each drop, the doppelganger sustains more injuries. The neck snaps with a sickening crack. The head plows into the corner of the bed frame as it rises to the ceiling one last time, battered and dripping. Its eyes stare back at you, unwavering, behind a curtain of fragmented bone and flesh, and dissolves into ashes which fill the air. You choke on them. You beg to go unconscious. That's terrifying. Oh God, I'm getting chills. But the relief of unconsciousness doesn't come. The dread is unbearable. Just a never-ending nightmare that you're aware of, and it's just on and on and on. Your head collides against the mattress, and the resulting whiplash drives a sharp pain down your neck. The pillow is nowhere to be seen. The ceiling fan's blades circle slowly. You think of vultures. The computer is still flashing. You count down slowly from 5. This one's so scary. Especially if this is what it's actually like. I can move again. It was just a nightmare. I haven't been sleeping enough. The stupid computer is just updating. Oh, or is it? Was that demons? Go to it. It's going to be like, oh, that's creepy. And there you are. You fall to your knees and crawl under the desk to unplug the computer. I would actually die of a heart attack if that happens. The power cord resists unnaturally. It takes all the strength you can muster to yank it from the wall. Liquid seeps from the outlet and begins to puddle on the floor. Back away. It's not going away. Your legs give out and you collapse into the chair. How can it keep going? I don't know, dude. That's terrifying. How long can I keep falling? Vice-like hands hold your head in place. You succumb to exhaustion. Stare. Your eyes are dry, but you don't want to blink. You might miss it. This is so uncomfortable for me. The impact. Stare. So you're waiting for the moment you hit the ground. As if it's inevitable and there's no escaping it. I tell you what, this game made me so scared that I stopped thinking about the condition that I'm in. The sound of it wakes you. Oh, is it just never ending? You must have forgotten to shut it down earlier. You resolved to ignore it. Yeah, same. Your little yowler. Yeah, it's all the same. I'm going to see what happens if I go to the computer first. Go to your desk. You're going to have trouble falling asleep again if you don't eliminate whatever the sound is. So you wipe the drool from the corner of your mouth and roll out of bed. Your second-hand desk creaks as you settle into it. Big same, honestly. Balance scale. Your half-assed project on the importance of balance and scale in design is still up. This class is an abysmal waste of everyone's time. Even the teacher knows their class is full of people just fulfilling graduation requirements. It's created a vicious cycle of disinterest. You blink at the screen until you finally remember why you dragged your tired ass out of bed and start trying to find the source of that sound. A quick email ensures you that a copy of your project is ready for your class presentation, and you close the program. That's not what I expected. So it's not cutting off now, it's just staying on. The cause of the sound was obviously a pop-up or a video you forgot you'd been watching, but nothing's open. You check the task manager out of mild curiosity. Everything is functioning perfectly. Shut down the computer. The sudden dark is relief for your strained eyes. You step back to your bed, pull back your covers, and nearly jump out of your skin. Hello, kitty cat. Momo must have decided to come back to bed because he's curled up on your pillow. Cuddle with your precious son. You fall asleep for a bit. Okay, so it's the same, I guess. A chill runs through you. I wonder what happens if I close my eyes. You can't move. Let's get to the point where I can like shut my eyes. I want to see if that's different. I think those are like the only two where you have two options. Yeah, here we go. It pins you by the throat. Each breath is a struggle. Close your eyes. Or my eye. Your eyes are shut so tight you see stars. Pinpoints of imaginary light. It is so close to you. You sense it the same way you can feel the body heat of a person standing too close to you. But there's no warmth here, just static. Struggle. You need to move, but your fingers only twitch and your legs lie dormant. Bile stings your throat. The moment will not end. Open your eyes. Okay, so it eventually wraps around to the same thing. That's so creepy. If anyone out there has sleep paralysis, please tell me about it in the comments. That's terrifying. I mean, that sounds like it's like that would like honestly take my breath away, which I think is generally what it does. At least from this, it's what it does. That sounds so freaking scary. God, that would chill me to my freaking core. Yeah, that's so creepy. All right, and this is going to be the last thing for this episode. A happy Halloween to everybody, and let's settle in for one last scary story. It's a short one, but it seems like it might be pretty good because shapeshifters are terrifying to think about, as we learned from our game earlier with the mom shapeshifter. You never know until it's too late. The vibrating bass of the sound system is a little too much for Asher, who decides to retreat upstairs for some quiet. No one at the party will miss me, he reasons with an eye roll. He was barely invited to the senior's spooky Halloween bash anyway. He wouldn't be here if he hadn't scored a last-minute invitation from his lab partner and crush, Trisha. Asher doesn't really care about the party itself. He just wants to spend more time outside of school with Trisha. As a bonus, he'll have a chance to see the inside of the haunted Shapeshifters Tavern, where the party is being thrown. Ooh, haunted tavern, are we? I'm trying to get absolutely shit-faced with a ghosty. Unfortunately, most of the rooms are locked and blocked with caution tape, so there isn't much to see. Asher still tries every door as he strolls down the hallway on the second floor. To his surprise, one creaks open. It's an old bedroom complete with a dresser, chest, vanity, and 4-poster bed frame. And there, lying in the center of the bed, is Trisha. Her face is pale and she's clutching her stomach. Asher drops to his knees at the side of the bed and reaches for her. "What's wrong? What happened?" he asks eagerly. Her response is so quiet, it's barely audible. "I didn't feel good, so I came up here to lie down." Asher's blood runs cold as Trisha violently coughs and produces handfuls of bright red liquid. Blood. He has to do something. Asher scoops up her limp body and rushes out of the room to find help. But as soon as he reaches the hallway, the weight of her body vanishes. Trisha is gone. Through the tears, Asher looks down at his arms in disbelief, but he can't ponder for too long because he hears a sound to his left that makes his jaw drop. "Hey, Ash, you okay?" Trisha asks as she walks up the stairs with a small smile. "You look like you've seen a ghost." And, yeah, I would look like I'd seen a ghost as well. That's freaking creepy. Very, 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 very creepy. God, could you imagine that situation? You've just tried to rescue someone and then all of a sudden your arms are empty and nothing was there at all. You'd think you were losing your mind or you wouldn't even know what was happening. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't. You'd have no idea what was going on and what to make of it. I wouldn't. Same with the sleep paralysis. If I ever had that, I would not know what to make of it. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this one. I really enjoy Halloween, and I wanted to do a video for everybody, kind of like a bigger video. And honestly, I wanted to make an event out of the week of Halloween. And I hope I've done that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that's been going on. I've definitely had a rough week, obviously, but I have had a lot of fun playing the games that I've played and enjoying my time with you guys and with these stories and with the games that I've gotten to play, be them funny, be them scary. I've enjoyed playing them with everybody. I've enjoyed being here and playing, and I am having a blast playing these games. And I love just short little itch.io games because indie developers deserve so much love. It is so difficult to make a game, and just for it to be even a few minutes at 8-bit little game is so difficult to do. So I'll leave you guys with this. There's another video on your screen. It's going to feature yours truly being a dipshit, as do all of my videos. And somewhere on your screen as well is a subscribe button. If you'll give that a click for me, I really hope you guys choose to come hang out on the channel. There's plenty of videos, plenty of laughs, and yeah, there's plenty here for you. And I hope we get to have a lot more fun and do a lot more things like this and even bigger in the future. A happy Halloween to you all. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a happy Halloween. Oh, and